Evan Lazar here from inside Gillette Stadium as the Patriots gear up for the Houston Texans on Sunday in Week 1. The question is, are the Houston Texans still a tomato can, as Dan Shaughnessy would say? Obviously, the Patriots have had tremendous success against the Texans in the past, 7-1 in the regular season, a couple of playoff wins as well. The only loss was that Week 17 game, which we're all haunted by because Wes Welker went down with a torn ACL in 2010 right before the playoffs. Not an ideal situation back then. But overall, the Patriots have really fared well against Houston, but I think that this is a different Texans team. Why? Second-year quarterback Deshaun Watson, of course, being the reason. Last year, the Texans almost pulled off the upset. It took some late-game Brady heroics to bring the Patriots back in a shootout to beat the Texans and Deshaun Watson. Obviously, the question is, do we have a fully healthy Deshaun Watson on Sunday, or is he kind of still nursing that ACL injury that he suffered last year, which caused him to miss the rest of the season after a hot start? If Deshaun Watson is back fully, then I believe that this is going to be a very close game. Obviously, the Texans have a lot of players in the front seven on defense that will give the Patriots fits. I'm sure that the coaching staff is game planning for that as we speak. So, although the Texans and the Patriots have an interesting history and one that really favors the Patriots heavily, I do not think that this is the Texans teams of old where we had quarterbacks like Matt Schaub, for example, or Brock Osweiler a few years in the playoff. Deshaun Watson, a totally different animal. And at practice today, we actually saw the Patriots game planning for Deshaun Watson and getting their defensive line ready to face a mobile quarterback, using cornerbacks Keon Crossan and practice squatter Jamal Wiltz as practice squad quarterbacks, or practice quarterbacks in the pocket, and let that defensive line go ahead and run around and try to catch him. And it was an interesting thing to watch, to see them kind of gear up here for Watson, who is really the X factor in this game. Do we get Deshaun Watson that we saw last year, or do we get a post-ACL Deshaun Watson that's still working his way back? If it's the former, then we're going to have a game on our hands on Sunday. For CLNS Media, I'm Evan Lazar.